Your life has every rank in the Secret Service. Level 1, the Special Agent Trainee. You are 24 years old. You have a degree in criminal justice. You've passed the most extensive background check the federal government conducts. They've interviewed your neighbors, your teachers, your ex-girlfriends. They've reviewed every social media post you've ever made. They've polygraphed you 3 times. You've been accepted into the United States Secret Service. You report to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia. The Special Agent Training course is 13 weeks. You're learning protection theory, criminal investigation, firearms, emergency medicine, defensive tactics. You're also learning that the Secret Service has 2 missions, protection and investigation. You'll do both. Your firearms training is relentless. You qualify with the Sig Sauer P229. You fire thousands of rounds. You shoot from 7 yards, 15 yards, 25 yards. You shoot strong hand, weak hand, both hands. You shoot while moving, while kneeling, while behind cover. You need to score 210 out of 240 to pass. You score 226. The protective operations training is unlike anything you expected. You learn to move a protectee through a crowd. You learn to form a box around them, a human shield. You learn to scan constantly, faces, hands, windows, rooftops. You learn what baseline looks like, and you learn to spot deviation. The person not clapping when everyone else is. The person wearing a coat when it's 80 degrees. The person whose eyes track the protectee instead of looking at the stage. You run scenarios. A protectee walkthrough in a mock city. Pop, pop, pop! You don't think. Your body moves. You cover the protectee. You create a shield with your own body. You evacuate. Your instructor debriefs you. You hesitated for 1 second before moving. 1 second. In a real situation, that's the difference between the protectee living or dying. You don't hesitate again. You graduate. You're assigned to a field office. Not protection yet. Investigation. You spend 2 years investigating financial crimes, counterfeit currency, credit card fraud, identity theft. It's not glamorous. It's paperwork, interviews, surveillance. But you're learning. You're building a foundation. You're proving you can handle the tedious, unglamorous work that makes up most of federal law enforcement. You apply for a protective assignment. You're accepted. Level 2, the Special Agent on Protective Detail. You're 26. You're assigned to a protective detail. Not the president, not yet. You're protecting a cabinet secretary, the Secretary of Homeland Security. You're part of a 12-person team. You work shifts, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, sometimes longer. Your job is to be present, alert, and ready. You stand post outside the secretary's office. You walk 3 feet behind the secretary during movements. You ride in the follow car during motorcades. You're scanning constantly. Every face, every hand, every window. You're looking for the pre-attack indicators, tunnel vision, target glancing, excessive interest, hands going to waistbands. You're running scenarios in your head constantly. Gunfire from the left, you step left, cover, evacuate right. Gunfire from the front, you cover and push through. Vehicle attack, you push the protectee away from the vehicle's path. You're also learning the routine, advance work. Before the secretary goes anywhere, agents go first. You walk the route. You identify choke points, evacuation routes, hospitals. You coordinate with local police. You position counter-assault teams. You set up magnetometers. You screen every person who will be in the same room as the secretary. By the time the secretary arrives, you've been on site for 6 hours. The secretary stays for 30 minutes. And you pack up and do it again at the next site. You have no social life. Your shifts are unpredictable. You miss birthdays, holidays, weddings. Your girlfriend leaves you. She says you're never present, even when you're home. She's right. You're always thinking about the next shift, the next threat, the next scenario. You're also learning something else. The Secret Service doesn't advertise this, but it's true. You are expendable. The protectee is not. If there's a threat, your job is to step between the threat and the protectee. You're the barrier. You're the shield. You're the body that takes the bullet. You've accepted this. You took an oath. You meant it. Level 3, the Special Agent on Presidential Detail. You're 30. You've been in the service for 6 years. You've protected cabinet members, foreign dignitaries, presidential candidates. You've proven yourself. You're selected for the Presidential Protective Detail, PPD. This is the pinnacle. You're protecting the President of the United States now. The training is another 8 weeks. You're learning the specific protocols for POTUS, the motorcade formations, the secure communication systems, the counter-assault procedures, the medical emergencies. You're also learning the scale. The president doesn't travel with 12 agents. The president travels with hundreds. Advanced teams deployed days ahead, counter-sniper teams, counter-assault teams, military liaisons, communication specialists. When the president moves, it's an operation. Your first shift on PPD is terrifying. You're standing 3 feet from the President of the United States. You are not listening to his speech. You are watching the crowd, every face, every hand, every person who moves when everyone else is still. Your earpiece crackles. Hawkeye has movement, second floor, left window. You glance. A figure steps back from the window. It's nothing, a hotel guest, but your heart rate spiked. You're scanning again. The president finishes his speech. You form the box. 4 agents, diamond formation, moving with the president to the motorcade. You're hyper-aware, every face in the crowd, every hand, every potential threat. You load the president into the beast, the armored limousine. The motorcade moves. You're in the follow car. Your hand is on your weapon. You don't relax until the president is back inside the White House. Your shift ends. 12 hours. You didn't eat. You didn't sit. You didn't think about anything except the job. You go home. You can't talk about your day. It's classified. You sit alone in your apartment and decompress. You do it again tomorrow. You're making $90,000 a year. You're protecting the most important person in the world. You have no life outside this job. Level 4, the shift leader. You're 36. You've been on PPD for 6 years. You're promoted to shift leader. You're responsible for coordinating an entire shift. 20 agents. You're planning movements, assigning posts, running briefings. You're also the one making real-time decisions during protectee movements. The president is giving a speech in Detroit. You're the shift leader. You've walked the venue 3 times. You've coordinated with Detroit PD, FBI, and the local counterterrorism unit. You've positioned counter-sniper teams on 3 rooftops. You've screened every person who will be within 100 yards of the president. The speech begins. You're monitoring radio traffic. All posts report green, secure. Then a report. Possible suspicious individual. Northeast entrance. Male. 30s. Heavy coat. Won't make eye contact. You make the call. Delta team. Approach and screen. 2 agents move in. They stop the individual. They ask questions. He's nervous, but compliant. No weapon, no threat, just a nervous citizen. You made the right call. But what if you hadn't? What if you'd ignored it? What if that one decision was the difference between the president living or dying? You carry that weight every single shift. You're also mentoring younger agents now, teaching them what you've learned, how to scan, how to read a crowd, how to stay alert for 12 hours straight, how to make decisions under pressure. You tell them what your first shift leader told you. You will be tired. You will be hungry. You will want to check your phone, talk to your partner, think about something else. Don't. The moment you stop scanning is the moment the threat appears. You're 38 when it happens. The president is leaving an event in Washington. You're coordinating the motorcade movement. Suddenly, gunfire. Pop, pop, pop. Your body moves before your brain registers what's happening. You step between the president and the direction of fire. Other agents do the same. You form a wall of bodies. The president is pushed into the beast. The motorcade evacuates. The shots came from 200 yards away. A man with a rifle. Counter-sniper teams neutralize him within seconds. No one is hit. The president is safe. You did your job. Later, you watch the footage. You see yourself step into the line of fire without hesitation. You don't remember making that decision. It was automatic. Training. Instinct. You're asked if you were scared. You say no. That's a lie. You were terrified. But fear didn't matter. The president's safety mattered. Nothing else. Level 5, the special agent in charge. You're 43. You've been in the Secret Service for 19 years. You're promoted to Special Agent in Charge, SAIC. You're no longer on the detail. You're running it. You manage the entire Presidential Protective Detail. 300 agents. You coordinate with the White House, the Pentagon, and the intelligence community. You're briefed daily on threats, assassination plots, terrorist cells, lone wolves. You're responsible for ensuring the president can do his job while staying alive. It's an impossible balance. The president wants to engage with the public, shake hands, take selfies, walk into crowds. Your job is to let him do that while keeping him safe. Every public appearance is a risk assessment. You approve or deny events based on threat levels. You coordinate with local law enforcement in every city the president visits. You manage intelligence reports from the FBI, CIA, NSA. You're also dealing with the politics. The White House wants more access. The press wants more transparency. Congress wants oversight. You're managing expectations while managing threats. A credible assassination plot is identified. Intelligence reports indicate a terrorist cell is planning an attack during the president's visit to New York. You coordinate with the FBI, NYPD, and the Joint Terrorism Task Force. You increase security. You add counter-sniper teams. You extend the secure perimeter. The president's team complains. The security is too visible. It looks bad. You don't care. The president stays safe. The trip happens. No incident. The threat was real, but your preparation neutralized it. No one will ever know how close it was. That's the job. The successes are invisible. The failures are on the front page. You're also watching younger agents now, standing 3 feet from the president, scanning crowds, ready to step in front of a bullet. You were them once. Now you're the one sending them into danger. You trust them. You train them. But you also know the statistics. Secret Service agents have died protecting presidents. They will again. You just hope it's not on your watch. You're 45. You've given 21 years to the service. You've missed your children's childhoods. You've been divorced twice. You have no hobbies, no social life. Everything you've done is classified. You can't talk about it. You can't explain it. You sit in your office and look at the wall of photos. Presidents you've protected. Agents you've served with. Some of them are dead now. Heart attacks, cancer, suicide. the job takes a toll. But when you walk through the White House and see the president alive, safe, doing his job because you did yours, you know it was worth it. Every missed birthday, every divorce, every sleepless night, you kept them alive. That's the mission. That's the only thing that matters. You retire at 47. There's a small ceremony. The president thanks you personally. He shakes your hand. He has no idea how many times you stepped between him and death. You don't tell him. You're awarded the Secretary's Award for Valor. It will sit in a box in your closet. You move to a quiet house in Virginia. You try to relax. You can't. You still scan crowds. You still look for threats. You still position yourself between your family and perceived danger. A new SAIC takes over. A new generation of agents stands 3 feet from a new president, watching, scanning, ready. The cycle continues.